The humble feral pig, a destructive invasive pest or a valuable resource that we can fill the freezer with fresh pork. Over the coming vid guys, I'm going to talk to you about the do's and don'ts of processing wild pork in the field, what to look out for, what to check. If this interests you, stay tuned. G'day guys, welcome back to another vid. I'm going to talk to you today about wild pork. Everything in the field, from going out, assessing the animal, shooting the pig in its natural environment, assessing it and consuming it. It's a really hot topic. Eating wild pig is probably the most talked about thing with anyone. When you talk to them about hunters, non-hunters, we've all got our own views on wild pork. If we eat it, why, the reasons we do and don't, for and against, which is great. Wild pork is something not to be taken lightly because pigs share a very similar lymphatic system as what we do. So we can catch a lot of diseases, parasites, etc. that pigs have. Not only wild pigs, domestic pigs too. And that's where I want to go with this. I'll be talking to you today about what to look for when you're processing your pig, if you get in the bush. It's very similar. What I'm going to talk about is very similar to the tactics they use in, say, for commercial production of processing pork. Look for the same things, essentially. So if I can share that information with you guys today and it gives you a bit more knowledge on the subject, that's awesome. Fingers crossed. So there's not really a lot of info out there in regards to what to look for when you're dressing the animal. There's actually different factors you've got to take into consideration even before you shoot. Assess the animal before you shoot it, and then post-mortem. There's a lot of checks that you can do after. So stay tuned guys, it's going to be a pretty in-depth vid. I'm going to touch on as much as I can. Feel free to leave a comment guys. I really want to engage in conversation with this vid. Talk to me about what you guys do, if I missed something, if there's anything extra. If you've got some questions, shoot them below. I'll happily answer them, and as best I can, and go from there. Bit of history for me. I was in the meat industry for around 10 years professionally, and then on top of that, for the last 15 years or so, I've been sourcing probably 90% of my protein from wild game, mainly venison, but also pork. So yeah, stay tuned guys, let's get into it. We won't stuff around, and yeah, wild pigs, can we eat them, what to look for? Let's go. Now guys, I've also got to touch on straight up at the start of this vid as a bit of a disclaimer. This is purely my opinion and what I've learned over the years as an information share. By all means, don't take whatever I say for gospel. For me, this works. Common sense, use your common sense when you go out. I'm by no means saying go out, every pig you take, yep, chuck it in the freezer, it's going to be okay, because you do have to do these checks. It's the great thing about wild pork too, there's a lot of them. So if you do find something, and over the years I've found a few things, very minimal though because of other things that I'll get into, but you can just cast that bloody pig aside, just don't worry about it, don't take it. Do these checks. So when you're hunting guys, I hunt a few blocks here in southeast Queensland. One of them is fairly to the western side. There's not a lot of water, the country's pretty rough and hard, and some of the pigs, or a lot of the pigs that we find out there, they don't actually have much of a fat content. So when I'm out there, hunting out there, I've only kept a few pigs out that way, purely because the pigs aren't as fat. I don't think they're as healthy. They're probably eating more carrion, you know, dead wallabies or roos and that sort of stuff. They're still ripping up the ground, eating tubers, nuts, clover, all that sort of stuff. But generally, where I can hunt and trap pigs on another block closer to the coast, where it's a lot, there's a lot more water, it's a lot more lush. You know, the pigs feed on a lot more nuts, tubers. There's macca farms in the area. Those sort of pigs are the ones that I'll steer more to eat. Don't get me wrong though, pigs, people that think that, oh, you can't eat a pig because that pig has eaten, you know, a dead brew or a dead animal. Yeah, you don't eat pigs that have just been eating heaps of dead stuff. They're going to be more prone to parasites and all that sort of thing. But pigs are omnivores at the end of the day. So, you know, a pig that you have shot or you can shot, it will have eaten a wallaby. It would have got in there and got it. Like, deer eat bones, deer chew on bones as well to get their nutritional needs. You know, it's not ideal, but it's not a bad thing. In the same way over in America that they eat bears. There's certain things you do, trichinosis is rife, but you cook the meat to a certain temperature kills all the parasites, kills the worms. But we're lucky with pigs, they're an abundant resource, so if a pig's been eating, heaps of dead stuff, of course you're not going to eat it, and it's not going to be in really, really good nick. Pigs need a broad, varied diet. And I want to touch on that, which is great because of that, because pigs eat everything from nuts, leaves, stems, tubers, they're really, anything they can find they'll chew. Like mango farms, pigs love mangoes. Maca nut farms, holy, anyone knows on the maca nuts, pigs absolutely love them. Maca nut pigs are by far the best pigs that me personally have come across. The fat on these pigs is amazing, it's unreal. We just got some the other day, fantastic. We boned them out, rolled the roast, so I've got a whole one for a spit that's coming up soon. Now I want to touch on just like the natural, say, dewormers or stuff that kills parasites. For pigs, because they have such a wide and varied diet that can actually really help with clearing toxins, worms out of their system. Similar to in the way deer eat charcoal to bind toxins and pass them and clean their system, pigs do the same thing. We'll find in certain areas where there's really high clay bases, pigs are prone to root up all the ground. Certain clay soils can contain high amounts of silica. Silica binds toxins in the pigs and helps them pass it, get rid of it, clear themselves out, clean them out. Other different soil types do this, and plants, stems, or nuts, berries, fruits, tubers, all these wide variety of foods that these pigs eat help clean them out. So just because an animal is in the bush and it's, it's going to be dirty, it's going to be full of parasites, it's not true. No doubt, they can be, yes. And that's what I'm going to touch on with checking these animals. But wow, a lot of these animals are so healthy. A lot of the pigs that I've cut up have been so clean, so healthy. We're in a good area. It's fantastic. What a resource right at our doorstep. And I understand why people are hesitant, because from what I've known from talking to different people, they're hesitant because they don't know. You have a conversation and a lot of people don't know these little things about it. By all means, do your own research, guys. That's what I've done. Talk to a lot of people and you get this information and you can make a better educated, guess. So over the years, guys, when we've shot and trapped pigs, equally like I was talking about that block out west, there is a lot of pigs that I haven't taken purely because of their condition, and that's before even touching them with a knife, just going straight to them, assessing them, and yeah, they're skinny. So you go straight up to the pig, have a look at, assess them. A lot of sows that we shoot that have a lot of piglets hanging off them, they'll just suck them dry, and the backbones will stick out. They'll have no back straps. You can see all their ribs. They're skinny. They're doing it hard. They're in tough country. They're doing it hard. Equally, just last week when my mate Ben, he trapped some pigs on his property. Maca Nut Farms, very close. Mum, piglets, and Mum was healthy as, and she was fat, and she tasted amazing. It was beautiful. So, but you assess the pigs. If they're skinny, yeah, pass. If their hair isn't thick, if they don't look healthy, pass. Don't worry about it. There's that many of these critters out there, guys. Yeah, don't worry about it. Go on to the next one until you find one that is healthy, that does tick all the boxes. That's good to catch. Hey guys, so next up, I want to talk to you about lymph nodes. So our lymph nodes, so the pigs and human lymphatic system is very similar. Like I said before, it's very identical, which makes it good for us because we know so much about our own to assess pigs. They've got lymph nodes all over their body. These are something that you can find, open up with your knife and inspect, have a look. Have a look to see if they're discolored, if they're changed, if they're swollen. The standard sort of lymph node isn't a really dark, red, black colour. It's fairly light and creamy. And then I'll show you a photo here soon of lymph nodes that are infected. Me personally, I haven't found any in pigs yet. They've all been really clean, which I've been maybe lucky, I don't know. But I actually think where we hunt and where I'm located, the pigs are really good. I haven't had an issue with them yet. Mind you, I haven't opened up every pig that I've shot or anything like that, because some of them, like I said before, they've been skinny, they're looking thin, it's not even worth it. You're not going to get much yield off that carcass for meat. So lymph nodes are located all over the pig. You'll find some under the jaw, into the sides of the neck. Open the pig up. On most organs, they'll have nodes. which you can open and check, which is what I'll go through. In the back legs, I cut a pig up the other day and there was a node on the back leg when I was boning it out. I'll show that, guys, just so you know what it looks like. They're only small, but cut each one of these open. It's a really good indicator if the pig's fighting a disease, if there's something wrong with it. If I find that, all right, no worries. I'll throw the pig away. It can be dog food, dog bait. Leave it in the bush. There's that many of these things. Don't worry about it, guys. The rule of thumb generally with commercial production is like 3 strikes and you're out. So they might find one thing, 2 things. By the time they find a 3rd thing, that whole carcass is condemned. For me personally, 1 thing, yeah, don't worry about it, condemned. People might say it's a waste, but it's not, because they're a feral animal. There's heaps of them. Move on to the next one. Get the next one. Check the next one. These are the things that make sense to me and that I look for. So guys, you can see here, this is a healthy gland. It's all uniform in colour. There's no discoloration. And then on the other ones, we've got different colours. There's lesions. You can see different things forming. These are all unhealthy glands. So here's a photo of some glands that are being cut open, guys. So see them cut open and see all this discoloration on all these abrasions, lesions on the inside. They're not a uniform colour. They definitely look sick, and you can see this when cutting them open. Alright, so say you've shot your pig in your field and you're coming up and you're dressing it. You're cutting the pig open and let's say you're skinning it, and you notice that this pig has got really yellow fat, which is a bit odd. Pigs always have white fat, generally. If you notice that the pig has fairly yellow fat, don't worry about it, guys, don't keep going. So sometimes tick-borne viruses, protozoa, I think it is, they can make the pigs crook, and yeah, their fat will be a yellow. So generally you'll always find white fat on pigs if you come across a pig with yellow fat. Move on, next one. So when walking up to your pig, guys, assess its overall condition. Like I said before, if it's healthy, it's fat, it's got a lot of good thick hair coverage, it's nice, it looks good, have another closer look. Have a look at its snout. Is there any lesions or abrasions that are on the snout? Open its mouth, have a look at its tongue. Is there any lesions on the tongue, the feet, anything like that? Just an indicator that the pig is crook, it's fighting something. When assessing male pigs, guys, have a look how big his nuts are. Are they abnormally large? This could be an indication of brucellosis, which is something not to be taken lightly. So if you see that and you're second guessing yourself, oh, don't worry about it. Can it? It's not worth the risk. When you're gutting that animal, if you notice lesions on the inside, on the rib cages, stop what you're doing. Wash your knives, wash your hands really, really well. That's not normal. All these things are little factors that you've just got to take into account. Have I come across this yet? No, but am I mindful of it? Yeah, definitely. You have to be. I don't let it scare me, but because I know what to look for, and I'm confident with my knowledge to take that out in the field. And that's something I implore all you guys to do and give it a go if you're comfortable with it, and assess it from there. I mean, straight up, if all the pigs that I've shot for consumption that I've cut up, probably 99% of them I have consumed. They have been fine. There's very, very few that have had anything at all wrong with them. Or I just changed my mind, second guess because I didn't know, unsure, won't worry about it. Alright guys, so we go to gut the animal, you rip the guts out, and guys, this is what you can do, some really good checks, in-depth, thorough checks. Everything from the top of the trachea down into the lungs, the heart, the kidneys, the liver. Work your way down, it's just a process, it's the same deal. There's lymph nodes in these areas as well. On the lungs, there'll be lymph nodes on either side of the trachea where it leads into the lungs themselves. Slice them open, have a look at them. Different colour abnormalities. Are they swollen? Have they got cysts on them? Check them out. Have a look at the lungs, do they look healthy? A lot of people get scared and intimidated from lungs because generally if you shoot an animal through the shoulder or the lungs will be filled with blood. They'll be red. They will be discoloured because instead of sucking oxygen, they've sucked in all this blood. Don't be scared about it. It's fine. Have a look at the lymph nodes either side of those in the lungs. Like I said, cut them open, assess them, have a look. Work your way down to the heart, open the heart up. slice the heart open. How's it look inside, guys? Is it nice and clean? There's no discoloration on the outside of the heart. Is it all uniform? There's no lesions, there's no cysts. Sometimes in sick pigs, you can get cysts that affect different organs. Check them out, guys, have a look. It's very much common sense. A good one to check also, guys, is the liver. You know, the liver is a really good indicator of fighting illness in both humans and pigs, and same deal, we've got lymph nodes on the liver. When you turn the liver over, you'll have a bile sac onto the underside, and then beside that bile sac, further up, you'll have lymph nodes. Cut them open, guys, check them, slice them open, check them for disease, check them, see if they're swollen, are they discolored, that sort of stuff. In livers, if the pig or even a deer has liver flukes, you will see that. So slice the liver open. Same deal, guys. Is the liver a nice, rich, red, uniform colour? Or if there is liver flukes in the liver, you'll see white streaks through the liver. That's not normal. Don't worry about it. Throw it. Anything that looks abnormal, don't worry about it, guys. And this is what I'm saying. Don't be scared to give it a go. And if you're unsure, just leave it. Go on the next one. And then you might find that, oh, that is normal when you research it or get a bit more accustomed to it, and that's okay. Through each organ, you know, there might be white connective tissues and things that people, to new hunters or new people that are doing it, might put them off, and they might be, oh, I don't know what that is, which is fine, guys, and don't worry about it, but engage in a conversation. Ask me on here. I'm happy to share what I know. And then go from there. There's a bile duct underneath the liver. So you'll see the bile duct, guys. It's like a dark green, I suppose, full of bile. You can slice this open, guys. Slice it open, empty it out. If the pig has parasites, a lot of the times they'll collect in the bile ducts as well. And you'll see them if they're there. Working your way on from there, guys, you want to check the spleen. Pull the spleen out. It looks a little bit like the liver, I suppose. It's sort of long and it's thinner. It's nowhere near the same size as the liver. It's a lot smaller. It's a similar sort of colour. It's naturally a little bit marbled colour when you look at the outside of the spleen, but this also has lymph nodes running down. Have a look at that, guys. Cut them open, check them. Easy. Next one, move on. So essentially there's just all these steps, guys, that if you can work through, list them off, feel free to write them down, like take them with you, because it is hard to remember all these little things. And check them. Oh yeah, that's right, I'll check this. It'll take time, and that's okay. You'll get quicker and quicker and better at it. I'm still learning, and you know, it's all a process. It's great, it's fantastic. I'm only sharing this because I'm finding a lot of the conversations I'm having, people are so hesitant because they don't know. So it's purely about sharing, guys, sharing info. If this helps, please let me know. Righto, guys, now let's say you've harvested your pork and that's great, you're happy with it, and it's time to cook it. The safe internal cooked temp of pork is like around 65 degrees, I think. For wild pork, I always take mine to 75, just to be safe. They say with ground pork, you should take it to 71. I think 63 is safe. I always take mine to 75 just to be safe, guys. Just cook it that little bit longer. It is not dry by any means still. It's still tender, juicy, beautiful, but I always work on 75 degrees just to be safe. And that's the same deal. Just being that extra precautious, that little bit more, not gonna do anyone harm. It's gonna be fantastic. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope that's given you guys a bit more info and has summed up what to look for, guys, when you're processing your wild pigs. Like I said, like us, their lymphatic system is very similar. This will give indicators as to whether or not the pig is sick. Like us, sometimes you've got swollen glands in your neck, under your armpits, they swell. Wild pigs, exact same. Go through these check, guys, and fingers crossed you guys can use this in the field. Let me know in the comments, guys, if that was helpful at all. If you want to see anything more as well, I will get back to you. If you've got questions, please leave them. If you want to see more on a certain subject, certain areas, even when it comes to gutting the animal, things like that. A lot of people use gloves too, guys, when they're cutting up wild animals, wild pork. For sure, give it a crack. Personally, I don't, but yeah, it's probably good practice too. If you do find a crook animal and it is sick and you open up and you go, oh well, there's something going on, yeah, I wish I had gloves on. So that's probably something to take on board as well. You know, wear gloves. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope it's been helpful. I'll throw some little clips in at the end of some pigs we got the other day. Got some really nice Macca pigs off Benny's property. Thanks, mate. That was bloody awesome. I've boned them out. I've made some really nice rolled roasts. I've got a whole one in the freezer for a spit coming up soon. Wild pork, guys, what a resource. Hopefully through some education, some conversations that we can have, hey, more of us can enjoy it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.